Welcome back to the channel Fit Flawless Fam, and if you're new here, I'm Christina and I help with fitness, self-care, and self-love journeys. Today we're talking about something that so many women ask about and talk about, and that's how to eat healthy when you're on a budget. Because let's face it, eating healthy can be more expensive than going to buy a bag of chips or junk food. So how do you spend less and eat healthy? Let me help you out. I've got 5 budget-friendly tips that will help you save money while eating for your best self and eating healthy and fueling your body the right way. So Fit Flawless Fam, let's get into the video. Tip number 1 is to plan ahead of time. Plan ahead of time. Have a game plan ahead of time. Impulse buying is the easiest way to buy junk food. If you don't have a plan and you just go in and you buy whatever, most of the time it's not going to be the healthiest food. And it makes you way overspend. If you go into a store without a plan, or if you go into a store hungry, you'll buy things you don't need. And then you'll forget the things that you do need. I know I've been there. I know plenty of you probably been there too. I recommend sitting down at least once a week and writing out a grocery list of things that you do need. Not things that you want, things that you need, essentials that you need, or meal plan so you know exactly what meals you're going to be fixing, so you know what ingredients you need. And when you plan, you waste less food. Because you know what you're eating, you know how much you need, and you're not overbuying and overcooking. I'm not saying don't have leftovers. If you want to have leftovers, I come from a leftover meal family where we eat a lot of leftovers. So I don't mind leftovers. Some people do not like leftovers though. But if you don't mind leftovers and you want to buy more than you need to have like 2 or 3 days worth of meals, go right ahead. But if you're just going to throw it away, don't buy more than you need for one night. And I promise you will waste less food and you won't get aggravated when you spend this money or spend less money or spend any money and all the food's going to waste. So buy what you need, not more. And that way you're staying on your budget too. Tip number 2 is shop seasonal and frozen produce. Frozen produce is cheaper than fresh. Fresh berries in the winter, very expensive. But if you shop for produce that's in season, it's not only cheaper, but also fresher and more nutritious. And don't skip the frozen fruits and vegetables. They're picked at peak ripeness and packed with nutrients, so it's not like you're not getting your nutrition in and the nutrients that your body needs. You are. It's just frozen, and it usually frozen fruit is half the cost of fresh fruit. So if you want to cut down on your cost, just buy the frozen fruit instead of the fresh fruit. I'm not saying totally ditch out the fresh fruit, but if you want to be on the budget, stick with frozen. Tip number 3 is to buy in bulk. If you go to Sam's Club, if you go to certain places like Sam's Club, it's really easy to buy in bulk because basically everything there is in bulk. And staples like rice, beans, lentils, they're cheaper if you buy them in bulk. It'll last you a lot longer if you buy in bulk. So you're not like going every single week to buy it, which makes it cheaper. They last such a long time and can make so many meals with those ingredients. But don't buy in bulk like greens or things that spoil really fast. Only buy in bulk like canned stuff and like dry things that are not going to go bad really quickly unless you know that you're going to use them like right away. If you do that, then it's fine. Tip number 4 is choose generic brands. Name brand stuff can be so darn expensive, but the store brand is 9 times out of 10 so much cheaper, and most of the time they taste, if not the same, very similar. For like peanut butter, canned goods, pasta, going generic can save you so much money over time. So buy the off-brand stuff. You don't have to have the name brand stuff. Yes, some things taste better name brand, but most things taste just as good not being name brand. Tip number 5 is to cook at home and prep snacks. Takeout seems so convenient, but it adds up over time, and it's not that cheap. And it's one of the biggest things that will drain money, especially if you're doing it all the time. I'm not saying never go out to eat, but I'm saying if you're doing it all the time, cut back on it, save some money, and eat at home. Because grocery shopping is a lot cheaper than if you're going out to eat. And it gives you control over the ingredients that you're putting in your body. Whereas if you're eating out, you can't control what you're eating. I mean, you can, but you can't, because you can't control portion sizes. You can't control what exactly the ingredients are. You can't really make those substitutions like you can at home. Same with snacks. Prep things like cut up veggies, cut up fruit, hard-boiled eggs, trail mix, healthier snacks that you can have on hand, and prep them in advance so when you're wanting a snack, you can go for it instead of going for the candy or the chips or things that are convenient. Make it convenient. Make eating healthy a convenience. Tip number 6, and the last tip: limit processed and packaged foods. Eat more whole foods. In those single little snacks, or those super pricey cut up trays of cut up fruit, you're paying for convenience. Instead, buy the whole version and cut it up yourself and prep it yourself. You'll save a lot of money, and you'll save on the added sugar that are put into a bunch of those and all the preservatives if you're doing it yourself rather than going out and buying it just pre-cut up, or those little like gummies in packages and little packaged snacks. Fix fresh snacks, cut it up yourself, and that way you know what you're putting in your body, because when you put those in your body, you don't really know what you're putting in your body, and it's not that good for you either. So put good things in your body and eat healthy, and I promise there's a way to do it on budget. You don't have to have all the money in the world. You don't have to spend all the money in the world to eat healthy. You can make healthier choices even when you are on a budget, and it doesn't have to drain your wallet. It's about being smart, planning, shopping, and cooking. So which one of these tips are you going to try first? Drop it in the comments so we can keep each other accountable. And if you found this helpful, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.